Chinese cuisine, Prana Medi Spa, Power Gym, and many more amenities for everyone to enjoy. For more information, visit our website at www.crownregency.com or call us at 0947-283-4026. Regency, Crown Regency. If food is your aim, then Wangshan Pro Chinese cuisine is indeed at the top of the game. New and improved authentic Chinese menu spearheaded by our Cantonese chef. We are open for dine-in and take-out, also accepting events. Temporarily located at second floor Cafe Globe Tower 1, Crown Regency Hotel and Towers. For inquiries, contact 0947-283-4026 or 032-418-8888.
Kada adlaw pagbantay kay manghatag niyo 105 pesos in GCash. Just log on to Top Media Center on Facebook. Otherwise post for the instructions.
And win 105 pesos. Simply log on to the official Facebook page of 105.1 TMC at Tops Media Center. Follow and win!
There you go. So, karon gabi once again, no? Giubanan ta mo. Alright? You might get a little bit kicked off your feet over there. Or a bit surprised, no? Natingala mo na Bai Jaya is here sa Byernes sa gabi. No? Adlong unsa man ning adlong Byernes nato sa tuang local term. Yeah, I wanted you to do some research here. Well, in terms of Gamut, no? Since we added Gamut on a Friday, not just our regular Tuesdays. I'll be with you, and in the whole course of the 3 hours, I'll be with you from about 7 up to 10. No? Gikan alas City and alas G's. Atong ubanan ni og kanang kaalam. I'll give you a little bit of bits and pieces of knowledge, you know, in terms of what is in our Sugbuanon wisdom, and at the same time, our Sugbuanon history and foundation. At the same time, natin tayo atuang mga kinahanglan natong atubangon sa adlaw-adlaw natong kinabuhi. Somehow, in most of our tracks here, if you come to notice, no, kanang mga nabantayan ninyo ato mga gipang patukar diri, gipatugtog na to diri kanunay sa TMC. Almost everything is Bisaya. Diba? If you notice, most of our tracks are Cebuano. How about that, no? Ato ang mga Bisaya nga mga artists and musicians are having a space for them to really get their music out there. So for those of you who's tuned in, this is something that's really up for us, Cebuanos, Bisaya in general, and Filipinos in the whole of the archipelago. And not only in the archipelago, but maybe in the whole of the world. Wherever you are, you're getting our tracks. Tune into our website, our online radio at Tops Media Center. If you are on YouTube, like where we are right now, may gabi Idia Ramil, Kabuenas, where we are right now at YouTube, you can go to Tops Media Center. And since you're with me and you're tuned in sa atuang mga Sibianan diya sa radio, you can go ahead and message me at 0999-887-6070 for your requests. And maybe you just want to give a call. Why not? Let me hear from you. At 8 p.m., I'll feature and show with you or start and launch with you unsa man ni ato ang ginagmay nga pagbuak-buak na to ani atong mga tulumano, no? At first, at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., I will be talking about the usual thing that I'll talk about. Ibalik ko kamo kung hain kamo. This is the most welcoming part of Sugbu where you get to know what you would want to know. Okay? So, sa mga tao diha, shout out ko do. Mga kaubang drivers ni Ramil Cabuenas sa Tara Tops Bus. Tara Tops Bus. Wow. Where are you? Where are those mga nasa Tara Tops Bus? Si Brian Germar, Joseph, Needy, Nars, naghahan na dimension na to ni Lito, Rene, Giovanni, ug sa kinsa pa na diha, Giovanni naa on board karon sa Tara Tops Bus. Hello, Tara Tops Bus! Hey! Mayong gabi, Bert. Mayong gabi once again. And I'm very glad to be with you tonight because this would be my second Friday to be joining you. Especially that I'm going into that flow where ubanan ko kamo at least kaduha sa ka pitlaw. Usa ka semana. Pitlaw means semana. I'll be with you. Ubanan ko kamo dire. And again, as I'm going to feature and give you a little hint about what's going to happen for the next 3 hours, I'll be with you nighttime here sa TMC. But before that, here's Vincent Echo, which is a song that is not yet what we're going to do tonight. But we're going to do it. Here's a song that's so fitting, especially on the nighttime. Kisakto gid matugid ta gabi. Diba? This is composed by Sherwin Fugoso. TMC!
Muna'y nangitaw, tubig ang yuta, sama po ning gugma ko.
So, here we go again. I'm I'm in the space and time where nag-set up ako kanina. No? I'm trying to set up going into YouTube Live and then also getting on board and making sure na plastar ta dire. So once again, anything you want to air out, you know where to go. YouTube. Right now I'm on the live feed, but later on I'll go back and forth diri sa ato ang frequency on the radio. But since we're here, ang ako ang ganahan nga i-discuss tonight because I think the last show I was with, except for the first Friday I was with here, is I basically discussed why we look the way we look. Nga nung inani atong mga itsura diri sa mga Bisaya or mga Filipino, right? I think it's rather rather nice to be talking about a topic. I was thinking about a topic tonight, but I'm thinking of doing that on Tuesday na lang. The topic could be supposed to be sumpayan ko to katong atong kulagway, atong itsura, our what do you call this, atong mga itsura ng anong inani ba. I think it would be nice kung atong sumpayan bitaw siya kining gitawag nato tattoo, mga pintado. How would that sound? I think ako lang tagaan siguro higayon na karong umaabot na Martes para mas maayo ko dalhon ako ning higala nato nga aduna po'y kaalam ning tattoo. How about that? But for tonight, atong ihatag nga ginagmay lang hantod sa alas 8 and then alas 8 I'd like to launch that part where I'm going to talk to you about something where kaning gitawag nato nga sa atong Gamut show nga ganahan ako tagaan og pagtutok. The word is kaayuhan, no? Mga kaayuhan sa tanan butang. How would that be good atong isgutan ng mga maayo kaayuhan, no? So this would be from 8 to 9 and then from 9 to 10 na ako'y ganahan ibahin pod nga nindot kay nato sugdan kumbaga ato nang buhaton karong gabi. Isugutan ninyo, gisgot. .105.1 TMC. Ayaw sa pahuway ang taon din ako. Kay, sayo pa kayo sa kagabigon na karon igo-igo pag yung nagpainit pa ta sa atong mga lubot diri nga naglingkod. O katong mga kauban ako dihang mga nag-drive o atong mga higala, mga sibya, naminaw sa pagsibya diri sa TMC. Kung kamo kay kasabot yun tanong aning adlawng Byernes, medyo naagita ron sa kalsada, no? Napata sa dalan. Kay nagatubang pata sa mga gahuot nga mga kalsada na to. Kay tanan tao karon paingon pa uli sa ilang mga probinsya, sa paingon sa ilang mga lugar. Mahog na gyapon mga probinsya na kayo imong pamati. Kay mahimo maglayo kayo ang mga lugar nga anaara man unta dihas duol nga ano naara man ta na sa unahan. Butan talag wala ray naabot og 20 ka kilometro ang kalay-a. Pero ang imong pamati murag usa na siya ka gatus ka kilometros kalay-a. Murag ang ato ang biyahe nga unta to abot na natog mga 20 minutos kung ang kalsada halahawan yun, no? Hapsay, hamugaway. Pero moabot yun o mga usa ka adlaw ba? O di kanang usa ka oras ang biyahe. Sa ato ang pagbiyahe mo nang paglingkod di mo taod-taod ka maglingkod, medyo kuan gyud aduna gyud kay pamation, no? Muna nga to ang awhagon ang tanan na unya sa ika-alas 8, takna alas 8, ato ang hisgutan ang mga butang ng mga kaayuhan diri sa Gamut, no? Magsugod ta on our 7 to 8, which is most information nga itong hatag naghisgot ko basic ang gihisgot basically ganina sa YouTube samtang nagpatukar ko, nagtugtog ta sa duyog ganina ni Vincent Eco is unsay maayo na tong mga hisgutan kabahin sa atuang tulumanon. From 7 to 8, maghisgot ko ninyo according to unsay ato ang naandan, no? Kanang mga butang o mga kaalam or knowledge nga inyohang angay maabtan nga nakalimtan na ninyo about inyuhang own sa atong kaugalingon, our Bisaya language, our Bisaya history, Bisaya facts. And then from 8 later, ato nang launch here also, kaayuhan. Anything about wellness nga mga butang dito sa pangunahuna, sa imong panglawas, o sa katibuk-an nimong pagkatao. And then maybe later on, something from 9 to 10, paingon na sa kilom-kilom, paingon na sa pagpahuway, paingon na sa ato ang gitawag na tog pagbiya nining ato ang stasyon. We'll talk about something nga angay na tong pagpahulay or maybe something about gugma. How about that? Is that something that you'd be most likely be interested with? Is it? Murag mingaw man ang ato ang gabi. Murag mingaw man ang mga tao about gugma. Unsa kay inyuhang pamati kung ato ang hisgutan ng gugma? Tawag lang, pahibala ko ninyo, 0999-887-6070 kung aduna mo'y mga gustong ipabatyag kabahin niya na. Ako, ganahan ko magisgutan na, ganahan po ko nga magsugod ni ining gamot sa kaayuhan, magsugod sa kaalam, and basically, much of ours atua kinatibukan sa atuang pagkabisaya. That's something most important diri sa TMC sa Tops Media Center. Ang pinaka-bisayang or pinaka-sugbuanong Sibyanan diri sa Dakbayan.
105.1 Tops
I'll be right back with you.
Broadcasting from over
Paminaw usa
10,000
ta
feet closer to
sa
heaven.
atuang duyog. Diri kuyog si Wilfredo.
105.1 TMC.
Paminawa. Here's a song from him. He says, pakataon ko na ganyan. Atong paminawon. Let's try to listen in to Wilfredo here at Gamut Tops Media Center. Bai Jaya here, the best of us.
Bahalag always na mag-away.
All right. Just a little bit of info I'll leave before 8. And because I was thinking of, the topic that we're going to have tonight. I was not really having that really clearly set. I'll make it up with you for next week. Let's try to talk about something. Bert, or kinsa ba niya? Ramil, kinsa ba niya? Anything you want to talk before we go at 8 p.m. because we'll talk about kaayuhan at 8. 105.1. Pagka nindot paminawon gid mga kini bitong kung kinsa pa ninyo diya nakahinumdum sa mga duyog o tugtog kaniadto, maybe around about 70s, no, kanang ska music. Kinsa man ninyo nakahinumdum about ska music, kinsay kaila og mga ska. Back then there was a generation nga ska was about like almost anything sa mga music scene na to. And I don't know if any of you remember mga naminaw karon kaning diri napita sa Virama nga naatoy mga gigs, mga tugtog diha. Kinsa ba ninyo may naapay na hinumduman regarding our music scene diri sa Sugbo? Maybe that's something that we can talk about a little bit nga nakalimot ng mga tao. No? So that before we go about 8 p.m., naamoy mahibalaan. Kinsa man ninyo nahinumdum? Katong kuan, kung nakahinumdum pa mo atong papas, kinsa nakailaw papas diha sa V-Rama. Okay? Not to mention the quite recent, I think a lot of the over the past 20 years, the music scene that I am most familiar with, especially sa mga artists like dito na form ning mga artists nga mga higala na to, no? Kining siyang Budoy, even way before that though, but dito sila nag-grace in the scene because their bandmates or they're pretty much regularly playing there. Yeah, Papa sa Virama, Bert kay numdum gani. How about sa Kahayag Cafe diha sa Mabolo? Who among you remembers that diha sa area sa Mabolo? Kinsa pa yung nakahinumdum niyo diya? How about, if you don't remember Kahayag Cafe, I think you still know, and this one place still exists. And a shout out to my friends and our higala diha in the name of Eric Smith and Zara Smith. And the Smiths diha sa Handurao Cafe. Handurao. Kinsa nakahinumdum diha? Kung manugtugay mo, manukaray mo diya, naaba Handurao. Handurao is still standing, by the way, everybody, after they got to let go of Mango Avenue and katong usapod nga nahugman na nato landmark na diyang sa Gorordo Avenue. And of course, no, Bert saying here, na live band sa Cuckoo's Nest and Turtle's Nest. Kita pa ninyo nakahinumdum diya sa Cuckoo's Nest and Turtle's Nest. Yes, naapa na diya. And napatud na diha during that time when Kahayag was also still our music scene was so rich at that time. I think until quite recently siguro before pandemic came. Is that so? No? Sakto ba, Bert? And who among you here remember, by the way, remember the Outpost? Kinsa pa yung nakahinumdum niyo sa Outpost? Ha? Outpost. The Outpost. Kaning when they closed and then they were bought out, I think ang nipuli nila was, if I'm not mistaken, there was a little bit like a brewery. No? Murag brewery siya nga na ay mga, syempre, ilimnong makalingaw. Diha magabot-abot. But definitely, a lot of the scene is there, like music also, and of course, conversations. And we would like to say thanks to that. And by the way, also, diri sad sa atua, diri sa the top of Cebu. Yeah. Mentioning here, we are having a lot of events going on, especially coming the Christmas season. There was a chorale happening here last Friday. I was here. Adunay mga aawit diri, mga tahay diri. Kanang pang caroling, kumbaga. Adunay dakong Christmas tree diri and it's well lit. And caroling happening here. There's a caroling going on in our top of Cebu. And this is where I'm broadcasting, by the way, and I'm mentioning that to you all. Mga naminaw diri, nga daghang panghitabo diri sa atong dakpayan. And you ought to know that. And right now, I was mentioning to you, mga nahagbiling mga lugar nga aduna pagay mga tugtog o mga awit. Sa karon makaingon ta, right? Bert, no? Kaya to ang mahinumduman ri Bert kay mga kaniadto man nga gawas pa ana napod pud ta sa Raman Street, no? Kung hinumdum mo diyan dapita na naapoy karaan po diha. I think right now they're having mga jazz music over there. So among gipanghisgutan karon ato ang gidaginot sa panahon sa ato ang nagbiling oras nga kaalam kabahin sa Sugbo is mga music, mga places nga ngayon mahibalaan nga mingagi og daghan pud ng mga laing-laing mga klaseng mga inato, mga our local music and local artists are playing over there. Daghan na siya, no? And I'd love to share that with you every now and then, especially that a lot of our artists that are being played over here may be playing around these areas that we'll be mentioning. So for those of you who's a gig and events place and playing our local artists, let's go have a salute and a shout out to all of you over there. Yeah, because we salute that you hone these local artists, and that's how we ought to be. Kanang mga taga-atua, ato ng taga-higayon. At the same time, we give them the avenue to really enhance their music, to make their music a lot more better. Diba? In our case here as well, in TMC, that's basically what we're doing. We're also making sure that you get to hear the latest, the best of our own tracks that right now, as I'm speaking, is not anymore sounding just like the regular Bisaya nga inyuhang usually ginapaminaw. Our music has now evolved, and to basically just wing that for you, no? Ang atuang mga duyog dire, same as most of our modern artists, huh? Daghan na gyud kayog mga usab. Like right now, to play something for you, like these guys. I get to know some family about these guys and friends and connected to these guys we call Wongoys. Here's a song from them that makes you feel relaxed and easy. In a way,
Am I tired of watching it? Staring at myself from the clouds. All my senses leaving. Slow.
alright, play sa Tagwonggoys Karyot. Karyot kayo. And I'll be right back with you with a lot of information here about some interesting facts. But alright, I'll also promote the upcoming event this weekend. Yeah. So we have now the next hour would be wellness and kayuhan. Hey bro, may gabi there, Rex. I'll discuss our event. Rex from Balance. And I'd like you to join in our conversations because this hour, bro, Rex, is that we'll talk about kayuhan, or we'll talk about wellness. Yeah. So stay with me, bro Rex. Stay with me, and I'd like to have you share. If you want, you can share. Better that you share our broadcast at this hour, and most especially this hour. I'd like you to, share this. Have everybody join in as well. Yeah, let me just wear my tubnaw na. Hi. 105.1 TMC. Hi. That's a song by the Wongoys. Yeah. The Wongs. You know? And kung wa pa mo nakapaminaw kasagaran sila mga kanta, they're already making waves, by the way, huh? And you gotta know that they come from our local, very, very local. Doon na po diri sa Tops, where a lot of them, her family that I know, their family is coming from. And shout out to Rex Regis from Balance. Mayong gabi diha, bro. Mayong gabi. Thank you for joining. And I think that there's this hour that I'd like to talk to you about. This hour where we get to talk about kaayuhan. Kaayuhan, in a way, what is kaayuhan? Kaayuhan, you know, it's wellness, right? Wellness. And when we talk about wellness, we are definitely looking at the wellness of kaayuhan sa tuang panghuna-huna. And that's one thing that I am very passionate about. Usag yun na sa naghatag na kog kadasig niining atuang paghatag og sibya, right? One of the reasons why I'm joining you here. Hello and shout out to Cheryl. Mayong gabi. They're joining us live at our YouTube broadcast, by the way. Yeah, and upcoming, and I like to just do a really good and short announcement here. Coming tomorrow, right? Because Rex and Cheryl are going to be joining us tomorrow. There is going to be, what is that? What's happening tomorrow? An Island Reboot Yoga Getaway. Island Reboot Yoga Getaway. Let me try to see if you can get to see this in the broadcast, right? So this Island Yoga Getaway is happening tomorrow until Sunday. That's November 30th until December 1. And this is actually being joined in by the whole collaboration of the community of yoga in Cebu. This is Balance, Yoga Shalatisa, Bliss Yoga, and and of course Mahayoga Institute. Right, the whole the cohesion ang nagpakuyog niini tanan, no? Ang mga nagpahatag niini og pagtapok ang atuang Mahayoga Institute. Kuyog pud ta didto sa lugar nga gitawag natog Badian Island Wellness Resort. That's where we're gonna hold our beautiful and charming getaway experience for you all. So if you happened to just hear about this, there's a Island Reboot Yoga Getaway happening from tomorrow until Sunday. Yeah, so a lot of them who's joining, like Cheryl, like Rex, Mary Joy, Deza, and the rest of the group are coming with us tomorrow. So brace yourselves, Badian Island Wellness Resort, as we are going to invade the island and make our getaway experience over there. And sounds a little bit more enticing, but it's really just about us to unplug ourselves from this whole day-to-day kaning ato ang mga adlaw-adlong pagsuway o kaning kapuno-puno maguni. That's why I started and just announced that upcoming event tomorrow that they are having, and I'll be joining in with that event. It's because usa sa mga kasagaran natong malapas or ma-overlook. Most of the things that we overlook are really the most important things that we need. Unahon na to ang pagtagad sa atong kaugalingon. Di ba? Ang atoang kaugalingon, ato ang kahimtang sa atong kalawas. Kaayuhan sa lawas. That's one thing na kasagaran akong mabantayan nga mahog na lang sa gitawag na to og mahog sa dili matagad ba, no? Nga kung imuha yung paminaw, no, nga ang atong lawas maghatag yun na nato kanunay og kaning mga gitawag na to og indicators or mga monitoring kung pananglitan dili na gyud maayo ang ato ang kahimtang, no? Parehas sa atuang parehas sa atuang hilanat, ubo og sipon. Be. Unsa may tan-aw ninyo ang hinungdan nganong mugawas ning mga gitawag na to. Kani sa dili sa tinuod lang ang sa paglantaw sa parehas namo nga mga practitioners kang gitawag, no. Kaning hilanat, ubo og sipon, dili ni siya matawag nga sakit. Ha? If a lot of you happen to hear all the time gitawag sa sakit, I beg to disagree. Dili ni siya sakit. Aron mo mahibalo, kanang ubo, hilanat og sipon, dili na siya sakit. Usa na siya amongst those that I mentioned, katong silang tulo. Kada usa na nila gahatag nimo og timailhan nga aduna kay angayng lantawon sa imuhang kaugalingong lawas instead. Diba? Instead of looking at it nga kontra na to na, ano ni, maglagot mo ko ni nga. Ano man nga naamtay ubog sipon like what I had just over last week, no? Ganong naamantaan ng pamati and until now I still have this itchiness on the throat. Why is it so? That if we do not take time to listen to ourselves and address this, gitawag na to, symptoms. Diba? Gitawag na siya symptoms. Symptoms and gitawag siya og monitoring. Kanang gitawag siya og regulatory body. Nag-regulate na siya nato. Nganong natay init, anong natay hilanat. Tungkod kaya itong lawas, gipaninguha niya nga dili mudaghan kanang gitawag nimo nga mga nangsulod sa imong lawas nga dili diha taga diha, no? Invader nga mga gitawag na to viruses, bacteria, no? And our body tends to heat up para dili na sila mo progress, di sila managhan. And in other ways, mo hilanat pod kay naa kay mga nang hubag diha, nang hupong diha. Yes, thank you. Salamat ha. Mac Help joining in. Mayong gabi, Mac. Foreign object pod, no? These are also called for. But aside from that, katong mention ako ninyo, nga naa kay gitawag og inflammation. Naay mga nang hupong diha, nang hubag diha sa sulod sa imong lawas. Nga adunay gitagaan og pagtagad sa imong lawas aron siya mahatagan og aside from pagtagad, mahatagan og panahon sa pag-ayo mo init yun atong lawas. There's a tendency that our body heat. How about plema and mucus? How about that? Kaning gitawag nimo og phlegm. Lagi. Mac Help. Foreign object. Unsa man kung naay ni sulod sa imong lawas diha. Good evening. Good evening, Kimmy. No, shout out daw. Pa-shout out ni Rome Van Day. Hello, Rome Van Day, please. No problem, no? Kimmy is saying hi to Rome Van Day. So whoever you are, Kimmy's saying hello. All right? Because Kimmy is tuned in like the rest of everyone here at our Tops Media Center at YouTube. Like, subscribe, and follow. Right? And also, if you're on our website, it's www.topsmediacenter.com, and you'll be hearing us 24/7. How about that, no? 24/7, magpaminaw kamo sa among pagsibya diri sa Tops Media Center. Not just in our local, diri sa Sugbo. Kung naa ka sa layo-layo nga bahin, you can hear us. And that is TMC, everybody. Right. And let me go back. Kato, ubo, hilanat, and sipon. And ubo is another thing about that. Gi-mention ni Mac Help, a foreign object na medyo naka-irritate, nakahatag og pagkatul. Kay kaning imuhang atuang, kaning imuhang atuang baga. No, not only mine, but yours also. Naatay gitawag og kaning mga polyps sa sulod na kung pananglitan, naa ganitay alert mode sa atong lawas, no? We tend to have some sense of irritability ni ana nga. Di gyud na siya musugod nga naa ko pwede mo sulod sa atuang kato. Foreign object or invaders or anything nga naka-irritate niya na. And it happens in the night sa kagabion nga manggawas na ka na mga gitawag ng mga pollens, musaka na siya sa gabi and mas-spread out na siya. Georgie Riz Lobaton. Hey, Georgie. Mayang gabi diha sa imuha. No, naminaw si Georgie karon from wherever she is because she's wherever, whenever. And tune in here with us. Tune in with us at our Tops Media Center YouTube broadcast. Huh? And if you feel like you want to message me, by the way, I'm right here and available at 0999-887-6070. Okay? I'm here to interact, and I'm here to basically air out and hear out whatever you want to do, like a message request and whatever I'm talking about. You could also interact with me kung dili sa YouTube, dili sa Tops Media Center mobile. Again, 0999-887-6070. Right. Oh. And I'd like to really emphasize a bit of what is our music. Or not the music, but what is our show, okay? Here tonight. It's Gamut on a Friday. Gamut sa Byernes. Gamut sa Martes, Gamut sa Byernes. Gamut, again, if you just happen to tune in to this show here at TMC, and you're joined by me, Bai Jaya, okay? Inyuhang lumadnong tanod lupa. All right, I'm the one stewarding you here in our locale. It's really something akong tinguha niini is to bring you back, okay, to our locale, bring you back to our knowledge and our existence as a locale. And it's really important. A lot of you who's tuned in, there is a TMC, you have something to go back home to. And TMC format, the format for Gamut, by the way, is from 7 p.m. because I'll be with you from 7 to 10. By the time that we're going to be on our web radio already all over the world 24/7. But on our local frequency for Cebu, we'll be done by 10 because we're going to sign off. But we're not done yet. We're going to be ongoing up until whenever through our online radio at topsmediacenter.com. Mo na nakalingaw ni nga tuang Tops Media Center. Ha? Para sa mga taong naminaw here broadcasting to all of you here sa Sugbo, here in Cebu City. Again, mayong gabi, Bai Jaya here. Ako inyuhang naghatag og paglingaw. I am your host and joining you tonight. And for the next of the nights, be joining you here, Gamut, Tuesdays and Fridays, 7 to 10 p.m. And right now, our little segment that's happening is what you call the segment of Kaayuhan. Okay, and that's the reason why I was mentioning the Island Reboot Yoga Getaway happening this weekend. Huh? That, by the way, Georgie is gonna be joining that as well, huh? Georgie and Cheryl and Rex. Right? So they are gonna be joining us for that weekend getaway. And for those of you who thinks you need a weekend getaway, do contact these places. They are yoga studios like Balance, Bliss Yoga, Yoga Shalatisa. These are yoga studios that you can drop by, visit, and experience the class and the whole practice of becoming just yourself, right? Being Zen, being connected, being one. Okay? This is one of the main reasons nga nung ni tumaw ning mga gitawag og mga practices in Cebu. And it has happened in my watch for the past 20 years that I've seen this. But not so much prominent then. That I've seen nga ni daghan gid ang mga following ani. But just quite recently, a lot of people now are already following, and they have a lot of places to be. No, daghan gid ang Sugbo. It's already a place where you can find almost anything here. So be there wherever they are, and be aware of their posts, of their events, and there will be announcements of go visit their sites, go visit their Facebook, and I think Balance is here. You can go ahead and chat on our YouTube your link, Rex, and also maybe Mary Joy and Deza of Bliss and Yoga Shaltisa. Do share your links here so that everyone who's tuned in or maybe who's catching up on our YouTube broadcast, they could see what is going on. Okay? Time is now 8:25. I'll be with you more here at TMC. But before that, let's go back to our program and the rest of the pack.
You are listening to the best of Cebu music from the old.
You could have loved.
Okay, so I'll talk more about that. Pwede siguro if anybody here, any one of you would like to kind of like join me. Anyone of you want to join me with a conversation? I'd like to maybe have a call or something, especially those that are into kayuhan or wellness, or maybe just chat over here sa YouTube na lang. Okay. The Agadirs is playing, by the way. I'm just here. Just let me know, huh? Just let me know if you have anything going on. I think I have to. Oh, yeah. Tara. Oh, no, no. Here, playing at Tops Media Center. No. Here, playing at. Hey, everybody. Live right now with Bai Jaya. Here's a Gamut. Hey, everybody. Wait. Live right now with Bai. Trying to go do a little bit of story. Here, sa TMC. Bai Jaya here with Gamut. Join me. Trying to go do a little bit of story. Here, sa TMC. Andam kong ubiyahe. This is Tops Media Center with Bai Jaya with our Gamut sa Byernes. Gamut. And that is very much related to Gamot. And this is what we're discussing at this hour from 8 to 9. Gitawag na to og kaayuhan. Wellness. Kaayuhan. And I've basically mentioned earlier about the upcoming event that's happening. That just is gonna be tomorrow. Ugma gini siya. Getaway. Reboot. No? Unsa maning pasabot niini kanang mo hatag ka og panahon sa imong kaugalingon. And one of the things that we overlook is that time that we really think about ourselves or take care of ourselves. Because if we think that we go to our phones, watch TV, and sit down and do the marathon of gitawag nimo og Netflix na. If that is something that you think is about caring for yourself, indulging on that, we better think twice about it, man. We better think, what is it gonna do for us in the long run? No? Let's say we think that it's good for us. Yes, for a little bit, but not for much of this indulgence that we most likely succumb to. Kaya nga naman, kasagaran sa ato amanggong buhaton if we don't happen to monitor that, masubrahan ta. Example, mabuntagan kay humanon na lang yun ang mga sumusunod nga mga episodes. Kinsa man na yung naigo diha, mulingkod, mutanaw sa ilahang paborito nga series sa Netflix. Unya, maingon dayon nga, nasayo para ba ko ugma da? Sige, usara ka episode akong tanawon. Pag human sa usa ka episode, nabitin si Madam og Senyor. Nabitin si Madam og Senyor. Nya pagkaon niya, nagpuno og usa ka episode. Tiod-tiod, naabot sa 3 o 4 ka episode, naabda nagalauna sa kadlaw. Okay? And this is inevitable. Kasagaran, di gyud na sila kaya kaayo makapugong sa kaugalingon. In the end, mabuntagan. In the end, kulang sa tulog. And then, ma-affected in the next day. But, there's a but. Gasalig. Kay day off man ugma. Gasalig kay day off ugma. Mo nang magpakasasa og tanaw sa ilahang paborito nga Netflix series. Right? But then, it has already affected our day. Sige. Dugay mamatay ni kaugma. Because day off. And then, all of a sudden, ugma day, Panahon sa ting laba. Panahon sa ting limpyo. Okay? Panahon sa mga butang-butang nga angay natong buhaton, nga wa na to mabuhat over the week. So this is what's happening now with what you call the whole self care experience. This is just about the right time nganong gihisgutan nato ni. Because that's the time nga most of your distractions are supposed to be away from you. Okay? And that's the time that you're going to really take for you to either expand, to let go, or maybe even to renew yourself. And that's what I think is gonna happen over the weekend with the people that's gonna do the island reboot. And for you who's listening in, what are you doing over your weekend? What are you going to do in your weekend? I'll ask that question. Huh? Kamu diha. Those of you tuned in our YouTube broadcast, let me know, what are you doing in your weekend? Karon lang right now, I'm asking you that. And in relation to kaayuhan, what are you going to do? And is it really going to benefit you? Is it good for you? Unsay kaayuhan na dala na ana nimo? That's a question that I'm throwing out. Maybe you got some of the responses over there. Those of you YouTube, those of you on our webpage, those of you are our 105.1 and our radio. Again, if you need to let me hear about your response, always available, 0999-887-6070. Oh, diba? I have here a contribution by Mac. Okay? Mac, ingon siya, 7 doctors kono sa weekend. Kana. Nindot na. Unsa man ang 7 doctors, Mac? Let us know. Unsa man ang 7 doctors? We want to know about that. Nindot na ibahin sa ato mga kaubanan dire na naminaw right now at this point. What are the 7 doctors? Because again, my question is, unsa inyong buhaton sa inyong weekend? That question is for the benefit of kaayuhan. Para asa na? Para nimo asam na siya makatabang. Okay? That's a question I'm throwing out before our week ends here sa Sugbo and wherever you are. No? That's my question. Okay? And Mac here is sharing about the 7 doctors. Let me know about the 7 doctors, Mac. What are the 7 doctors? Okay? Yeah, 7 doctors. Yeah. If weekend, though, according to Mac. Like to hear that, Mac. Okay? And everybody else, what is your weekend looking like? What are you going to do on your weekend? Because this is also something interesting. Like, tagaanta mo og a little bit of what's happening aside from those that are doing the island reboot. Naay mga tao nga now gonna say regular on the weekend. Like say for example, they're gonna go on a bike. Dire paingon sa Busay. Muagi diha sa JY on the way up. And if you notice, these people are regular on doing that. On a weekend, on holidays, they bike up. And that's not an easy thing if you think that that's an easy pedaling on the way up. You better ask these people what are they feeling, man. Mutano na sila. Try to ask them if dali ra ba pagsaka dire. And when you do it regularly, you'll feel a difference. But if you do it one time, good luck. Here we go. Mac helps saying the 7 doctors are. And I want you to listen to this, huh? This is very, very good share by Mac. Here we go. The 7 doctors on the weekend, according to Mac, is 1, air. Okay? That's number 1. Number 2 is sun. All right. Number 3 is water. Number 4 is exercise. Okay. And then number 5 is healthy food. Mga pagkaong maayo. And 6, okay, is tulog. Okay. And number 7 is katawa. Wow, no? Nindot ning gihatag ni Mac. Thank you, Gary Mac. Wow, that was good, Mac. That was so good. It's helpful. It's a helpful share. And those of you who's aware of this, according to Mac, sa weekend, you can get the most of this. You know why? Because I think, maybe, I'm not saying that everybody's having this. Di mo kalugar. Di mo kalugar og buhat niya na during your week. You know why? Because you'll be preoccupied. You'll be consumed by the time, by your time on the preparation to work. Nga pagpadong pa lang nimo dito sa opisina nimo, pagmata pa lang nimo, all these things di nimo na matagaan og pagtutok. And that may be the reason nga nung makuwang na imo 7 doctors diha. But if you can do it every day, why not? Because why? Is since the sun, ang adlaw dili ba na siya makita nimo kada adlaw? Ha? Dili ba na nimo siya makitaan ang adlaw? Ang hangin is a questionable thing kung naa ka sa pinaka suburbs gyud sa tuang dakbayan. Naagyo ka sa nakanagpuyo dool sa Kulon, sa Sensya, abog magod, no? Mo na siya challenging kayo kung naagyo ka sa mga suburbs na to, no? That's a question about air. Because air, saka diri sa tops, man. Saka mo diri sa tops. You come up to tops, naihangin diring mayo. And ang tubig, also important. I'll share to you a thing about water na a lot of us might have an intriguing part about. Kanang 8 glasses of water a day. Alright? Nanay mga ning tumaw karon nga mga pagtulunan, kabahin niya na. And that's something that I'll leave you with your own research. Kay dili gyud kuno kinahanglan nga 8 glasses of water a day lang. I'm not saying na di mo mainom og water, by the way. Like what I'm doing right now, okay? Mauga man atong ba dire. When you say 8 glasses of water, or when you drink water, aduna gyud pamaagi sa pag-inom sa tubig. Na ganahan ako ibahin kaninyo nga naminaw, and those of you on YouTube also, is that the proper way of drinking water is sitting down. Huh? Sitting down. Lingkod. Kay, nganong kasagaran magud na to, manginom tag tubig, bisag unsa lang pormada. And the worst thing that I see is muinom og tubig nga nagkaon. That's the most detrimental thing that you will ever do to your digestive system. Kanang mag-inom kag tubig nga nagkaon pa ka. Okay? Remember that. Because that's one thing that would start to affect your digestive functions and everything else in between. Okay? Duha mo guna kabutang na hitabo, mga higala, mga igsuon, mga bay. Ang usa, ang naginom kag tubig, replenishment sa imong fluids. Ang ining usa, nagkaon ka, nagdigest ka. Duha na siya ka-function nga. Kung butono naon, dili na siya dapat dunganon. Okay? Dili na siya angay nga magdunga na sila. Alright? Just a little bit of reminder. So kung muinom kag tubig, kinahanglan either 1 hour before or 1 hour after. Nga nagkaon ka. Pero, naay exception. Naatay gitawag og exception. Unsa man na siya? If you are eating. Kung nagkaon ka, naay fluid nga pwede nimong i-take. Okay? unsa man na siya. Anybody knows kinsa man ninyo man nahibalo ni ana. Nga naminaw karon. Alright? Unsay klase nga dili sa tamingon og tubig, no? Liquid that is pwede while nagkaon ka. Bert has always the answer. But I think I'm reading Bert hakarit kayo. Because I think I saw something ganina. And I don't know if it's on Facebook because yeah, we're also on Facebook, by the way. We may we will have also people who's messaging us on Facebook. I thought somebody messaged. All right, I'm back. Bert saying sabaw. Sabaw. Everybody, sabaw. Very good. Thank you again, Bert. Salamat, Bert. Because sabaw is also considered already food. Kay naana mo guna siya mga gitawag ni mo mga laug-laug na ba? Kanang mga laug-laug na nana sa sud sa sabaw, kanang mga nga dugmok nga pagkaon diha because pabukalan man na ninyo. That's already considered like the food that you're supposed to digest. Okay? Ang ngayon na itong galingon. So these are the things that are there sa atong pagkaon. No? As I'm breaking it down, the 7 doctors nga gibahin ka na to, gikan kang Mac. Salamat kayo, Mac. And that is when you are drinking water. And number 5 also about healthy food. No? Related siya ang sabaw and pagkaon and so on. During the weekend, exercise is already, calling you. Naghuwat na ninyo. And as I shared to you, katong mga tao nga nagbike on the way up sa tops, right? If you notice, they're all on the way up, coming up, and you would really see them, their hard work of pedaling that two-wheeled mechanical machine on the way up, no? Is really commendable, man. And I salute those of you who's regularly biking up and everywhere, no? So para lang sa kaayuhan sa tanan, katanga ng mga adunay mga salakya, no? Nga maagian ni sila. Let's try to put in mind that there are no let's just say there are no clear bike lanes that are there and set and already has been established for most of us. So let's give way. Let's yield siguro gamay if you don't happen to mind nga if we are passing by these bikers, give them a lane. Tagaan ta ni sila lane nga malugaran po nato sila nga sa ilahang kaayuhan for their safety. Dili sila simbako, maigo sa kilid sa atong sakyanan o dili po ta makaigo kanila. Okay? Let's try to be very sensitive with everyone else in terms of how we relate to each other diri sa atuang mga dalan. Okay? Atuang hatagan og higayon ning atuang mga higala igsuon kababayhan bangabay nga mohatag sa ilang panahon, sa ilang kugalingon, nga magpaugnat sa kusog diha sa atuang mga katilingban. Okay? And naapo ko yung mga higala, no? Nga, aside from that, magdagan na sila. They also run. Mudagan na sila. Sayo sa kadlawon. And if you notice, they really will face the vehicles on their way. Kumbaga head-on. May mag-atubang na sa vehicles. One of the reasons is because they want to make sure kita sila sa ilang kasugat. Okay? Ilag yun ang sugaton because that is an absolute safety. So ayaw mong katingala that they're facing you on their way. And another thing, magdagan na sila sa kalsada ng abahin. You know the reason why? It's because diha ang tarong-tarong nga agianan pud nila. So, mo nagiingon nga, everybody, let's share the road. Share the road ta. Okay? That has been the call for our citizens movement. No? Example, katong ako ang gikuyugang movement for livable Cebu, and the rest ato ang dakbayan about share the road. Kaning share the road manggod. Atong sabton nga ang ato ang mga dalan gagmay, no? Ang ato ang paghatag og patigayon sa dalan dili lang basta-basta para sa usa ka sakyanan. Daghan mga sakyanan mangagi diha, mapadagko, mapagagmay, og hinaot lang unta dili pud ta ninyo maghinangol niining atong kalsada labaw na gamay ra kayo ni. Kung adunay mangaging daghan, mas maayo atong tagdon nga kitang tanan nagamit ni ana. Aron malihayan ang ato ang gitawag nga mga di maayong higayon nga magkaigo ta, no? Masagiran natong usag-usa ug aron walay gubot, no? This is also all for our welfare. Ato argining kaayuhan gihapon, everybody. That's one of the things that I'm mentioning about in terms of using the road. Abot ko diha, no? Because that's basically exercise. A lot of people will be using the road. But kung naamos baybayon, hala, inyo na tanan. Ha? Inyo na diya tanan. The people that are using our heritage ways, which is ang mga katubigan, ang atubangan diya sa baybayon, sa dagat. Shout out sa ato mga higala diha sa San Fernando, Cebu! Shout out sa mga tanan mga taga San Fernando because they are advocating a lifestyle that's utilizing our waterways. Okay? And that's also starting to happen. Also, mga taga-Opon! Shout out mga taga-Opon to Lapu-Lapu because they're very known. And mga kaliwatan po na ko diha. We are known to be utilize the waterways, no? Doon natin daghan kayong mga aktibidades. In terms of exercise, there's so much under the sun diri sa atong Sugbo, everybody. And I want you to watch out for that. We will be airing that here. And katong mga pipila ka mga pitlong miyagi, pipila ka mga simanang miyagi, where our Higala Jigi is was at Siargao, broadcasting live the WSL, no? If you didn't happen to know about it, look back to our previous shows. It's right there. Maybe about over a month ago, he was there. I think that was about the time Adlawng Kalag-Kalag, right? Katong that time na padung Adlawng Kalag-Kalag, there was that coverage of the WSL, World Surfing League by Jiggy. So there is a TMC. We want to look into that. We want to also share that along with you here so that you will know the ins and outs of these things. All right? And then let's go back to the seven doctors nga gibahin ni Mac. That's very good that he shared that. Is we call ang atuang after exercise, no? We call sleep. Pag pahulay diha, no? I played some songs there about Hayahay by Wongoys, and I think before that was another song by Vincent Echo. We call the Pahuway. But ang pagpahuway niini kaning gitawag og pagkatulog or sleep is basically ginabuhat yun nato, no? I think a lot of us are weekend sleepers. Huh? Isn't that so? Are we all, a lot of us, not all, but are we mostly weekend sleepers? Do you agree with me that we are weekend sleepers? Because moom good na ang panahon nga, syempre, wala kay tulumanon in your work. I guess, let's just say, nahuman na mo panglaba, nahuman na mo og panghapnig, nahuman na mo og general cleaning, and so is the time you just see your bed, imong higdaanan, limpyo, ayahay. Ug pwede pod nga nisaka ka dito sa balay sa imong apuhan, dito sa probinsya or sa bukid, kita ka sa lantay, kita ka sa inyong mga higdaanan dito, inya ang hangin, hamugaway kayo ang palibot, presko ang hangin, presko ang palibot, lami kaayo, ipahuway. Okay, Muna siya ang usa sa mga mahitabo for, let's just say, one of the 7 doctors on a weekend. Nga, gibahin ni Mac. And true enough, that is also one thing we would love to do. Because I know a lot of other people are gonna say, mas busy ko sa weekend, Jai. Mas daghang kong buhaton during weekend. There might be some that will say that because these are the grinders, the movers, and the shakers. And a shout out to you also. Shout out to you. But according to the 7 doctors, this is one of the things that can heal you and make you well. Right? So mo na nga pagpahulay importante niya kung ganahan ka, bawian na siya during the weekend. Pwede rin yung kayo. If you don't have much responsibilities nga kinahanglan humanon, take that time to rest. Sleep a little bit extra, maybe take a little bit more naps, and enjoy sa pagpahuway. The rest is all for you. Usa ni siya ka mga paghatag lang og kaning giya, no? These are available information that you can find in the wellness world kasi mga kaayuhan nga mga paghisgot nato. And the 7th doctor nga ato pong maayo nga kuyugon unta, no, is kanang bang mga tao nga gaan ka ug magsige lang yung kagkatawa. Usa po na siya ka importante kayo nga doctor according to the 7 doctors. So maybe being along with people who's more enjoyable to be with is one of that. Okay? So be along with people who make you laugh, all right? Who make you feel light about yourself and just be yourself. That's another aspect of one of the 7 doctors is to laugh and enjoy. All right. Thank you so much to Mac Help once again. And for all of you who's listening, you're tuned in to Gamut with Bai Jaya here at TMC. And we're happening on Fridays and Tuesdays now on. And we have 3 segments on the show. I'll let you know more of that. Before everything, let's get back to the programs.
Finally, local music has found a home. 105.1 TMC, the best of us.
Your Cebu mornings just got more real. Real local talk.
You're listening to Top of the Morning. I'm your host. My name is Jiggy Juice. Right across me is Justine Narvios.
Real local music.
March 16, 1521.
Real close to home. Top of the Morning with Jiggy and Justine. Monday to Friday, 8 in the morning to 12 noon. Top of the Morning, only on 105.1 TMC. The best of us.
Basta sa Cebu.
Ridgewoods Colleges Incorporated, Cabrera Street, Basak, San Nicolas, Cebu City is now accepting enrollees for Bachelor of Science in Nursing. The newest in Cebu, approved by CHED, guaranteed the lowest tuition fees ever in town. Enroll now to avail yourself of the free promo rate for the first 100 nursing students enrollees. Do you want to study nursing and not enroll, or looking for low enrollment fees for nursing courses, or a nurse or a nursing graduate who wants to apply locally or abroad? Ridgewoods Colleges, College.
Call of Nature. Kaya pagkundi ka. Ay. There you go. So balik ta sa ato ang tulmanon diri sa Gamut. Kuyog inyong Bai Jaya mga higala. Makita po matag Byernes o Martes. Tuesdays and Fridays 7 to 10 p.m. Alas 7 hangtod alas Gs. And so we go back as we were about to, wrap up about Kayuhan. Our segment from 8 to 9 is Kayuhan, everybody. And we had a good close na to ang pag-uban ni pagbahin ni atong higalang si Mac. And of course, kuyog sa akong mga classmates diri sa YouTube. We were able to have a good wrap up sa ato ang Kayuhan segment, no? And right now, ang maayo na kong ibahin po is something that if you've been listening to our songs, kasagaran gyud sa ato mga magipang patukar diri atong gipatugtog diri sa ato ang tulumanon here, not only in my show but with the whole TMC, is something about gugma, right? Gugma. And if we start talking about gugma, I guess a lot of people would start to feel that air of warmth. Di na mo, busog mo na siya. A little air of warmth and a good air of, we call this melodramatic. And that is something where we normally have this conversation going on kung let's say kung dili lang ako and I have somebody here with me and anyway I'm with you here sa YouTube. Let's start something about this. I'm up for something about panaghisgot nato ni ato ang gitawag og gugma. And what is gugma for the rest of you folks? Diba? Because it's easy to say love in the language of English, but gugma sa Bisaya, unsa man na ang pasabot ninyo? Niana, unsa man gugma para ninyo? I always want to ask questions that say, ang gugma man gud sa inyong pagbati, ang gugma nga atong ipanghatag sa uban, ang gugma nato sa atong kaugalingon. Let's talk about that in all these different aspects, no? And maybe on our next few Gamut shows, labaw nag-inaro na. Because I'll still be joining you for the next hour. Hantod nga manamilit na kita. And our radio frequency will temporarily say goodbye. But we'll go to our airwaves on our web radio. And also still with YouTube, we can go on. But for those of you tuned in, here's a Gamut with Bai Jaya from 9 to 10. I want to hear from you. Now, if you feel like you want to message me, do message me here at 0999-887-6070 for these specific concerns. Or let's just say emotions that you want to share here as we basically discuss a little about gugma. Unsa ang gugma? para kaninyo dire sa ato ang kitawag natog tulumanon. And since we're talking about that, let's play a little something old about it. Not old yet, but I think a lot of you feel old already because this happened to be 24 years ago. Listen to this. If you feel that you think that this is still new, I'm sorry to tell you this. Tigulang na ka.
Kung ikaw masayo, paminahon mo, kay kun pananglit.
Here we go, man. Sinsya na mo, mingon jud tigulang na ka kung nagtuo pa ka nga bago pa ni. Nabiyaan na kas panahon. Yeah. Wala may unsa man yung ikadalit sa gugmang gihatay. Anyone? Unsa yung ikadalit about gugmang gihatay? Kini bitaw ang gitawag nimong wala kay tigpamin, wala na kay tigpaminaw bitaw mga bagong duyo, bagong awit, bagong kanta nya. Karon naminaw kag balik, mo ni mo madunggan, mingon ka nga bago pa na. Bago pa jud kay na. Kay nung dum jud ko nga bago pa na. Mo pasensya ay na ta kay medyo 24 ka tuig na siya nahitabo na duyog. And if not, I don't know if I'm right. Let me ask anybody here who knows this song. Okay? Unsa na ni kadugay nga kanta. Okay? I may actually basig na nasubrahan ako kaning review sa panahon. Basta taod-taod na ning duyog ni Ambassadors, no? The band called Ambassadors, everybody. Gugmang Iatay. Okay? Where a lot, and if not most of our songs are in that light. Okay? In that light. All right. So in this conversation, I'm opening this up. Right? Unsa ninyo ang ugma, and maybe you want to air something out all about love, all about gugma, in the Bisaya sense, by the way, in the sense of Bisaya, sa tuwang pagka-Bisaya here. Mm-hmm. But for the meantime, if you're still thinking about it, here's another song coming up here from Juan Paasa. Something in that light as well, but a little bit of the Seven Doctors where igaan mo gamayng entertainment. Pakatawa lang ba? Pasiaw good. Here's Yao Ming at Gamut with Bai Jaya. TMC. The Best of Us. Tukar na lang ko magpatugtog na lang ko. May naningog about gugma. Sakto gid ba, Albert, no? 20 na gid eh. That's featuring Fei Yi Tan. 105.1. TMC playing Juan Paasa. Most of this song of their band is really up into that Japanese flavor, if you don't happen to notice, no? And yeah, sakto good. I was given clarification by Bert that 20 anyos na gyud daw ang mga tugtog, no? And most of the songs would of that band. Is that right, Bert? And since we're playing some songs regarding gugma and love, since our conversation is still warming up, here's a request from my brother here, Shanky Dope. And this goes out to you, Shanky. This is called Pangandoy by Daryl Young. On our Gamut with Bai Jaya. MF. Kinsa ka ni? Most of the songs sa MF. Bert, kinsa ka na, Bert? I'll be playing request na lang, oy. Shanky Dope. Shout out daw from Baguio City. Okay. Shout out from Baguio. So I'll be playing more requests. No, by the way, just let me know. I'll be playing that over the background. Not on YouTube because on YouTube, kani ako inyo madunggan. You hear me on YouTube, but over our web radio, medyo sagunson lagi na imo ha by Shanky. Alright. Alright, I'd like to encourage you all with your requests, by the way. Everybody, message me. Message us. Sige, if wala request, then I'll go play the next song by Daryl. Still Daryl Young here. Pep. What's that? Pep. Is that the right title, Juan? I think that's Kenneth Cordoba, man. That's I saw Pep, but it's coming from another artist. Kenneth Corbera. Yeah, Pep. 105.1 TMC. That was requested over our YouTube classmates. Your Chunky Dope requested that over our YouTube line as our chats are ongoing. And of course, we would actually play a lot of your requests. So every now, let me know. So we have some more requests coming here. Shout out Baguio City, according to Shanky Dope. Shout out there in Baguio City. Alright, kato mga nakaila ni Shanky Dope diha, yung mga nakaila sa atong higala diri. Shout out daw sa Baguio City. I think Tamara Lemon. Shout out to Tamara Lemon and Quiz Mels. Alright, of here we go. Wealthista! Yeah! So shout out to Wealthista people. And I guess you better watch out for that. Wealthista. Alright? Sounds like a band, sounds like a group, but it definitely is something good for you. So anyway, the people for that, I think Shanky Dope knows a lot of them. But anyway, here's another song for you, Mr. Shanky Dope, as we'll be playing some requests over here. Here's one by Kenneth Corvera. For you, Shanky. There you go. Here you go. Pep. Gamut with Bai Jaya. TMC. Wala na lang kung we'll go into the, what do you call this? 1 more hour stretch, everybody. I was trying to engage a conversation about love, gugma. I don't think a lot of people are ready for that, especially at this time. But anyway. We'll make you all feel comfortable about it first. Bon.
Center, broadcasting from over 2,000 feet closer to heaven and tops 105.1 TMC.
Okay. I'm gonna play your song first. Bert. Here you go, Bert. Ikaw na. Here's the song, Bert. Playing over the background now. Gugma pa more. By Winset. And then after this, we'll go back to Shanky Dope's request. Let's just do some music tripping na lang. Yeah, how about that, Shanky Dope? Tell me more about Gugma, man. Tell me more about love. Huh? Shanky Dope. Share to me something. Share to me something about it. Sige nga, sige nga. Here, Shanky. Because we'll be sound tripping na lang until we finish the show. Tuesday. Check your schedule. Baka masama kita dito. I can bring you here. Pero Bisaya ka, you speak Bisaya. So that everybody here in Cebu will hear. Or even Hiligaynon. Maybe tell me about your request, Shanky Dope. Why you like these songs, Shanky? Tell me about that, huh? Tell me about your request, Shanky. Kaka-relate lang, ha? One oh 5.1 TMC with set with Gugma Pamor, requested on YouTube by Bert. And here's another one, because we're just music track playing right now, huh? But to lang tayo mga music for now, as everybody's just sitting down, just chilling. Here's DJ Monterde. Okay. Be, kaka-relate lang daw sa lyrics si Shanky, oh. Next time if you request something, I want you to tell me about that song. Na nag-request na nimo. How is that, no? If you request a song, tell me why you requested it, and I will play it. Okay? Okay. That's it. Huh? Here you go, Shanky Dope again, huh? You're a top requester for today. Grabe to si Kuano, Shankaro. Shanky Dope. Sige, play diri. Next week. I'll play a couple more songs, and if you have still requests, everyone, and I'll talk a little bit about what's happening right now, and then we'll take a little break, and a few more songs to happen after that, and then we'll call it a day. Call it a day. Call it a day. I'm listening to this song right now. Very funny, ah. Nakaka-relate ko no si Shanky Dope, ane. What if 5.1 TMC? Puhon. According to TJ Monterde, and the requester is saying, the requester is saying, kay makarelate magud siya. Sige, tagano to ingunani nga pamaagi. Anytime you want to play a request later on, shout it out. Let me know. YouTube, mobile, or our Facebook. You can chat on us also. Chat with us. If you got a request just like this, let us know why you requested that song. Okay? A lot of times you just like the melody. A lot of times you just like the title of the song. A lot of times you might actually feel you want to support the artist. Okay? Pero, usahay nindot po na to. Especially here sa Gamut. From 9 to 10. I want to talk about it. Why are you requesting these songs? Kaya nangutahan ako ninyo kanina about nga nung usa ng gugma and so on. Because we want to try to talk about one of the most talked about items or topics in your day-to-day thing. Okay? I know even in your work, with your close friend, maybe with your significant others, ang inyong mga kaliwat diha, inyong mga suod, yun yung hisgutan. Okay? Now, this song that was requested over our YouTube classmates, they requested it because naka-relate sa lyrics. Naka-relate daw siya sa lyrics. Ay! Hello, Ming Ming. Hello, Ming Ming by One Paasa always likes to put Ming Ming on the lyrics as a young iro. And if you've noticed, the song sounds Japanese. Okay, now that's the brilliance of our kaning gitawag na to mga artists no nowadays, and how they have evolved from just plainly playing music, bis rock, bis pop. Right now, we're really reinventing the wheel. Okay, and again, if you happen to make a request next time, let me know. Why is it? We're gonna talk about it. Okay. All right. Time is now 9:40. Everybody, we'll be right back after the breaks. Ayos naman na, everybody. Puti itong band with our ayos na song, original composition, and yeah, no? Nila sa banda. Anyway, we're playing much more local songs again, and as well as the flavor that I'm bringing in. Medyo nibugnaw ang ato ang kainit, no? So karon, ato ang i-play some songs that I'd like to play also for you all. And here's another song after Puti Itong Band. I'd like to introduce this guy from Mindanao. Very popular in this Mindanao. I want you to listen to his songs here. Here's one of his songs, Aduda. Gamut at TMC with Bai Jaya, the best of us. Uh, 105.1 TMC. Popong Landero. Okay? The song is Paduda. Okay? Paduda. Kini mo na ito mga patagad pagpakita sa atong pagpabatsyag ganing atong gibati. Agi gini sa pinakadakong bulan sa gabi. Daghan yung kitag mahisgutan, daghan kitag masangyaw, masangpit. Okay? As I mentioned ganina, inarong mga orasa, pinayunanin na ta. Gugma pa more na ta, pinawinset pa. O tatong tanan mga gipang request nilang Shanky Dope o ni Bert. No? These are going to be our mood for the night. Usa pata manamilit sa Sibianan. As we, or before we bid farewell for the frequency waves for the moment, no? As we prepare for the 24/7 on the track through our topsmediacenter.com. Okay, if you still feel nga nabitin mo that you need to hear more of our songs, you can continue playing our songs. Go to www.topsmediacenter.com and press the play button. And you can go on 24/7 playing our songs. Our songs. Inato nga Bisaya nga mga artists. Kanta sa mga artists. Muna siya ang atong gipang tugtog dire. If you feel like before, no, especially when we're listening to the radio, kasagaran natong madunggan mga dayuhan, okay? If not the national OPM, mostly dayuhan because we tend to be following more of them. But here we're changing that entirely. We're making our own artists the mainstream. Our own artists are the ones on the highlight. And our own artists are the ones making waves here. Yeah. Kita na ron ang atuang gi-feature na gid ang atuan na yung mga local artists. That's what we offer here at TMC. By the way, in fact, we're gonna eventually become a record label, just to let you know. If you're planning and aspiring to be an artist, stay tuned and keep your lines open with us. Because if you're an artist, if you're making some tracks and songs, TMC will become a record label. Watch out for that. It will happen soon. Okay? So sa mga tanang naminaw, as I'll be staying within the next few minutes, hayha pa ko manamilit before I say farewell for the night and see you the next time, is that here at TMC, it's not your ordinary. This is not your ordinary station. Dili ni siya basta-basta nga sibyaanan diri sa dakbayan. We here offer you what is for us. Unahon na to ang atuang local. Unahon na to ang kogalingon. We start with our own, we grow our own, expand our own, and eventually we're there. That's the dream of every industry. That's the dream of every local born individual or citizen, artist, where they come from, is a place, an avenue where they are prioritized. Okay? So if you're an artist right now, if you got some songs, feel free, message us here, let us know. You can contact us here. Again, you can mobile. You can message us at 0999-887-6070. Let us know who you are. Let us know your tracks. Send us a link. Send us whatever. So that we know, and then maybe we can add that on our playlist. Okay? On YouTube, be there. Become a classmate. Become our Bai there. Mga Bai na mo diha. That mga abhay that are with us most of the time, regularly over our YouTube channels. Okay? That's very much what we have here in store for all of you listeners out there. Okay? We have our avenue nga makahisgot ta, magsibianay ta ninyo, mag-exchange ninyo of conversations here and there, not just about the song, but about our culture, or about our environment, and that's what we have here. Especially with me here, Bai Jaya, everybody, nga naminaw ka muna ko, and I'm still on air right now, and I'll be with you for the next few minutes to play some songs that I think will be very interesting for you. Okay? And a lot of the songs that I'll be playing is the songs that might not be what is on the playlist, but I'll play that instead. Okay? And just like the songs that I recently played here, okay, that of course you might not be hearing much, okay, with our regular day-to-day playlist. And I'm playing that with you here. Like Popong Landero, who's playing just recently, and now he's another guy. His name is Bullet Dumas. He's not from Cebu. He's not local, but he's not locally in Cebu, but he's a local in Philippines. Let's listen to his song named Usisa. And that's about it for tonight. Thank you so much for those of you YouTube. I'll end my stream. Salamat sa pagkuyog nako.